Hi everyone, and welcome to Good Day Google Plus. And as I always say, it's always a good day on Google Plus when you get to spend time with your friends. And today we have got a barn burner for you. And coming off of Mia's intimacy show last week, I decided to name this Sex, Google Plus, and Rock and Roll. And Shan Man's next to her for the rock and roll part. So luckily you two on the other two are earmarked for Google Plus, so we don't have to embarrass you at all. But feel free to jump in any of the segments that you like. So let me run down my panel real quick and say hi to everyone and thank you for joining us, and then we'll get right into it. And directly next to me is Ifat, and it's very nice to have you here joining us from Austin today.
From Austin, yes. My first time with you guys. Now, Mia, say it. Mia, say it.
Cherry poppin'. Not that we haven't been on Hangouts, but all together as a group, right?
Is that a new toaster strudel flavor or cherry poppin'?
Right.
Her new nickname, Cherry Poppins.
And Ifat, I noticed from your accent, are you a native Austinian?
No, wow, that's I guess it's a compliment. I'm from Israel originally.
Okay.
Yeah,
I had a little drawl on that, so I thought maybe it was South Israel. I'm not sure.
But they
South
say,
side Israel.
They said Israeli accent is the new French, so I'm going with that.
Right. He's going to throw a South Side gang sign.
South side Israeli.
All right, and then we're going to move on to the Shan Man. The Shan Man from Arizona is coming to us.
Hi, everyone. How you doing, Sheffy? Good to see you.
Good to see you, too, and I've missed seeing you around and hanging out with you, so it's very nice to get back into it again. And I know you came in a couple of weeks all sweaty from a workout when I pulled you in an HOA, but...
Yeah, that day I actually I pulled my Achilles, and so it's been sore ever since, but I've been managing, and I have been traveling all over. I was actually in Braaland last Friday. I was in Denver, and I went to a podcast movement. I was in Braaland, and then I came back on Sunday night, not necessarily from Braaland, and I have been on vacation from my radio job, and I have been enjoying every bit of it. Clearly.
You know, you should come down. You should come to Florida, and we'll go down to Miami. That's no Braaland. Okay.
That's I can always leave it up to you, Chef, to make me laugh on a Friday.
Good. Glad to see it. And then next to Shannon, my sister Thelma, Mia Voss. And she was just, I started to type, Mia Voss is Pretty Woman, except for the prostitute part.
Yeah, except for the $3,000. Add all these caveats to it. Oh my God, I can't even form a sentence right now after that show. That was crazy. I got kicked out of my own show. Bob Voss kicked me off the internet, and then I got kicked out 3 times. And I hit end, and then I said, and that's how you get through a shitstorm. And now I just busted out the S word on you. So thanks for everybody for being patient on that one, because Gary Goldstein, he was the bomb, right?
He was great.
How about he was the boss, Bob Voss.
Yeah, right. Like a Voss.
Yeah. I think you need to come up with an award now for your guests. We'll get a cat statue and call it the Bob Voss.
The Bobby.
Yeah, the Bobby. It'll be like the Emmy of HOAs, okay? The Bobby.
Well, that's what I said at my show, and I was like, it's the start of the high holy season for me, and it's not football. It's the awards that the movie awards season is starting soon. So it's pretty exciting. Thanks for having me on, Sheffy. It's been a while. And then put me in with Ifat and Andy and my brother. Forget about it.
Well, Ifat asked for you to come on, especially.
And
I'll look for any excuse to have you on. So.
And this is what I'm doing, Ifat. I'm like going to try and scoot closer to you.
This way?
Don't scoot too fast. You might accidentally do a clap there, so be careful.
We haven't did that one in a while.
Oh my!
Oh, that's possible.
Well, we're going to be seeing our sister Leah pretty soon, in another 6 weeks.
Yes, we will, Sheffy. You and I are going to be in LA together, and then we're ramping up food and booze again soon too.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Well, let's say hi to Andy. I don't want him to feel left out. Our friend from the UK. We have our new. Oh my God, my mind is turned to mush too. Do a little voiceover for us, Andy. I want to hear the accent. That's what I'm looking for.
Hello, everyone.
There you go.
It's real fun to be on this Hangout today, and with some awesome people on the panel as well. Just it's definitely a good day on Google Plus today.
Very good. And since I have you, and I've already, my brain has been shaken and stirred. Let's start with you, and why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do on the Plus and off the Plus, and guys, just feel free to chime in with your questions anytime, and those of you in the audience, if you have questions for our guests, please go ahead and put them in the comment bar, and we will pull them up and answer them. So, Andy.
Real quick, shout out to Mike Alton. That's it. Go ahead.
Mike Alton is in the house. Go ahead.
Okay, so many people may mistake me for Mr. Bond, James Bond.
That was my first call. It's like, I know the guy from somewhere. Oh yeah, Bond.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of the Google Plus and love sharing the love about Google Plus and Hangouts, and I'm looking to get more and more people using Hangouts in the UK. My business is called Hangout Tribes, and I just wanted to help people build a community of followers that love what you do. You know, and that's really what I'm all about, is helping people to really connect with people online and find people who, again, love what they do and will pay you for it as well. So, yeah.
You have an HOA show, don't you?
Yeah, my show at the moment, doing a series about sustainability in the modern world, which was second to last episode yesterday, and yeah, we got the final episode on Thursday, which has been a lot of fun. So yeah, that's my main show, and I'm bringing back the second series of the Hangout Formula, which is going to be a lot of fun. Had one amazing guest on the show, definitely Mia Voss, because she's in the house today.
We had fun. I love the series. I love the new sustainability idea too.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I wanted to support Wayne Meador and what he was doing, and I thought I'd bring my own personal touch to it at the same time. So.
Well, and I like it too that it's across the pond, because Wayne's here in the States, and that's got a different feel to it. I'm sure, however that's translated in your part of the world, it's kind of good to show both sides.
Yeah, definitely. And although it's very similar for both of us in terms of continents, it's very different in many ways as well, isn't it? So yeah, definitely. Good contrast.
We like to support Wayne and what he does. He's doing an awful lot with sustainability, and it's always good. Anytime we can do something to help the planet, so gotta love it.
Help the cause.
Yep. So let's jump over to the other side and let's talk to Ifat. And why don't you tell us what you're doing fun, what you got going on?
What I do, actually, yeah, can I launch my new show on this?
Oh, sure, please do.
So we are not sure when, probably in the next 4 weeks, new show called Emerging Futures. What's next? And I want to talk about everything that is happening in business, in marketing, in ideas, in technology, in geekiness, in nanotechnology, all that stuff that that a girl is interested in. And then what do you do with it? So we have these leaves are coming out. We have this, AI coming out. How does that affect our life? What do we do with it? So that's the next show, and not sure when it's coming out. Maybe 4 weeks from now.
I'm unclear. What do girls do?
When they go to the mall, you mean, or at the mall, in the pool, or at night in bed?
He just hasn't been out on a date in a long time.
We're just going down that hole, right? I was like, how low are we going to go in this show? And we are going.
And how quickly,
I just asked.
I think it was more of a how quickly is it going to get to that? And I should have said no, and it was like 2.5 seconds into the show, right?
I was asking from a genuine place. Everyone else had to make it that way.
Well, you know what? I think Mia and I and very few other ladies on the Plus are very much geeks and are not afraid to admit it. And we are geeking out on all the stuff that guys geek out about.
Yeah, hashtag nerd alert.
That's cool though, isn't it? That's awesome. It's good to have ladies who love technology. It's cool.
Yeah, and so how far can we push it, and what do we do with it? I think a lot of stuff is, I was talking to Jason T. Weiser the other day, and he's like, yeah, everybody's talking about how awesome Hangouts are in terms of like relationship and connection, all that stuff, but business owners really want to know the numbers and the conversion and the matrix and stuff, right? And I think the difference is that we have to re-educate and rethink about this whole numbers and conversions, because it is a people's business. And the hardest part to do is quantify relationship between people, which is what Sarah Hill always talks about. How do you quantify human media, right? And so maybe among us, all our brains we put together, how do we quantify the relationships that are now happening? Like Mia and I are, we're hanging out together, meeting the same people. We're going to meet in person, in events, in real events, and that leads to something that is not quantifiable. It's just like, oh, it's one connection, but it ripples.
And we've talked about that, Ifat, on our own conversations too. Of you've been in it for so long on Hangouts, but it is kind of that we're kind of running up into that difficult time when it's like, okay, it's not just like how many cars are going to drive by this billboard and how does that equate? Like I said this to somebody last night. I'm like, we're basically building the billboard, but I can't guarantee how many people are on there, except for using the different formulas like we both do, which is audience engagement, how you share it, how you get your guests to share it, and get that interaction. So it's a new equation, for sure.
But it's more than that. Like now, let's say Shannon and I are chatting in the private chat, and let's say afterwards we have a conversation that leads to some business or some idea or some company or something. How do you quantify that first seed that happened on Chef Dennis's Hangout, and that turned into this butterfly effect afterwards, right? That little connection, we can't put our fingers on it, but it's so important, right? Because people are flying all over the world to meet in events, right? In live events, only for the networking and meeting people face to face. And this is kind of like the small version of a live event where the relationship really happened, but we can't actually put a number on it.
I think it's tough because there's so many dimensions to it. It starts off with the private hangouts and then going to the hangouts on air and then the events afterwards, or who gets tweeted or who does what. So it's got so many dimensions to it. I think that's why it's hard. One of the reasons. Yes, I said that's why it's hard.
Didn't someone say, a lot of people have said recently that our relationships are our new currency, because it's all about building those strong relationships with people that. So we build more trust, we build more rapport, and we create better connections, which in turn lead to building our business. I think that makes a huge difference. But.
Okay, guys, those of you who are watching, put in the comments how many business and personal relationships have sprouted out of your presence in Hangouts or on Google+. I'd love to know. How many people just like met the one person that's like, oh my God, open doors for them, or put them on a stage, or had a business idea, or, what happened for you guys?
Yeah, tell a story, right?
Yeah.
Agree.
Also put in the comments, Ifat Cohen rocks.
Fist bump.
Fist bump.
Captain Burns.
Bam.
And Kevin wanted to know who the we was on your new upcoming show.
So I have, so as you can see, I am in my beach house in Austin, and so we are bringing technology to the show in terms of, we really want to do it kind of like today with Jon Stewart, and have like intros and outros and little movies and segments, and make it a professional TV show on a Hangout that you can engage with. And the we is a producer. I'm working with Ben Fisher, and I'm teaching him this technology, green screening, and bringing people into Hangout, 2 screens or 3 screens. So if you guys are interested in learning that, I will be very happy to have you included in what I'm teaching him. Let me know. And yeah, then we're creating that kind of, we want to raise a little bit the production level of Hangouts.
If you want high production level, don't go look at the one I just did.
Yeah, and hopefully that never, that's the thing with Hangouts, right? You really want to up the level and all that stuff. And Mia, you've done it with like mobile Hangouts. Amazing. Mia's on a horse.
Thank you, honey. I'm on a horse. We still say that all the time. I'm on a horse.
I thought you said Mia's on a. Never mind.
And no, that's not what she says at night with Greg. So we're just gonna.
Just dirty. Y'all are just dirty.
I blame the chef.
Blame me. Well, I missed being on with you, Shannon, where we can giggle watching somebody else. So.
I know, man. We've been. We've been. It's been kind of romantic for us, though, Chef. You realize this? We're like two ships passing in the night.
Yeah, or as they say on Cheaps that pass in the night. One of my favorite movies, and it was always hard to ask for, was one of George Hamilton's, and it was called Zorro the Gay Blade. But it's not a movie you want to go in and ask for, because they look at you like, really? But one of the lines in the movie was he would talk, and he had a real heavy accent, and it was like cheaps that pass in the night. And he said, cheaps? Like, cheaps? He goes, no, cheaps. So, anyway.
I had a Spanish teacher in high school who used to say, I go to Mexico so I can see the beaches.
There are some words that I cannot, there are some sentences I cannot say. I cannot say beach. Let's go to the beach.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
I can say that. Oh, I can say, hey, we need some sheets on the bed.
Oh, yeah. That was one he could not say either. He'd be like, give me a sheet. Of what?
I don't give a sheet.
Don't take one of mine. I'm saving them for the weekend.
And Good Day Google Plus just hit an all-time low.
Oh, we can go lower. Don't challenge us.
Oh, that's why you say it's an ocean view behind you, right?
Exactly.
Sorry to inject the profanity in.
Oh,
on the
I'm
shore.
sorry. Have you met us? Have you met me? Have you met Efot? We love profanity.
My hangouts with me are worse because every other word of my mouth is some form of an F word.
Right, or bra. And in case you guys are wondering, it's not B-R-A, it's B-R-A-H, because you know how people are like, what's up, bra? And so I realized that he was just calling me bra all the time, and I thought it was hilarious. I'm a 49-year-old woman. I loved it.
You are a bra.
I am a bra
too. So, Mia, I don't think I realized this, but, every time I say bra, there's a couple of things that remind me of you whenever I say it and hear it. I think there's a Tecate Light commercial here in Phoenix that's being played, and the guy gets on there, is like, you want a beer, bra? And I think it's you. And every time I try to go record it, I'm like trying to get it on video so I can send it to you.
Because he says it too quickly into the commercial for you to get it, right?
Right, yeah, of course. And then Dog the Bounty Hunter. That's what it reminds me of.
Oh, because
he says
right.
bra. And it's like, bra, you know when you're doing something illegal, right, bra?
He says it every other word.
But I guess that's how, when you go to Hawaii, I don't know if it's true, but I guess that when you go to Hawaii, that's what people say when they're on the beach. They say bra.
Actually, I thought of you because I watched Blue Crush last week, and that is in Hawaii, and I was like, they're saying bra like every other word. What's up with that? Bra.
So if there gives you any indication of like mine and Mia's relationship, it's based off of more than probably 200 times within a 4-minute period.
Yes, conversation. Because hopefully everybody else is the same way as we are. We like to run stuff into the ground.
Actually, the horse is beyond the horse is actually beaten down into ashes at that point.
It is.
So that's kind of our own humor. That's our own inside humor that we get.
Telling you, I'm screaming.
Yes.
Very good. We got some comments here. Let's do a few shout-outs. Lila Martin saying, you're too funny. Ifat Cohen, I love it. And Darren Pike just asked for something. I see you put the link in for Mia's Hollywood show. And David Henry Pipe says that's got Shannon Hernandez drooling. And it doesn't take a lot, David, to get Shannon drooling. Mentioning multiple screenage.
Doesn't take much. No, it does not.
And Kevin Burns was saying, ooh, movies, a play on ooh, squirrel, Hing Brian Shea. I don't know if I get that one, but that's okay.
That's all right. It's still funny. Squirrel. All right, so Sister Mia, what do you got coming up for us? Anything interesting or? Let me think some stuff up here. Actually, I seriously.
Oh, Mia.
Yes.
David Henry Pipe just put that commercial in the comment stream, so he'll have to go watch it.
Which one, the bra one?
The Tecate Light one, I think.
Bruh. We'll also have to put in the hey cat, because that's another thing you run into the ground with Denise Wakeman, actually, is that, have you guys seen the cat with the cat's like, hey, hey. And we've run that way into the ground. I did it to Bob Voss this morning. I had him locked in the bathroom because I had to change out his bandage on his foot. Bless his heart. That's another story. And I can hear him in the other room going, hey, hey, hey. I was like, oh, man.
I'll put that one in the comments stream for everyone.
Put that one in the comments, too. So, yeah, I just had a show, like we said, with Gary Goldstein. Literally, I kind of am reeling because it honestly... I literally got kicked out at the end, but it was so good. I forgot I love movies in Hollywood so much. I'm that much of a movie buff. So, and then let's see, next week I have a fabulous guest. She's off the chain. She's smart. She's hot. She's Ifat Cohen. Seriously. She's coming on my show next week. That's going to be a first for Ifat to be on my show.
It is. I'm excited. Maybe I should be on a horse.
Yeah, I think you should. Do you guys know that commercial we're talking about? It's the Old Spice commercial where he's like he goes through the whole thing and he's like, what is that in your hand? Oh, that's that tickets to that thing you love. And then at the very end he goes, I'm on a horse.
Did you see how they did the backstage, like how they filmed it in one take?
Yes, we should post that too. That was actually amazing. Speaking of nerding out about how they do stuff, it's amazing. So, but good. I think we're going to be talking about sort of the State of the Union kind of because we're coming up on 3Q. So I'm just going to be picking Ifat's nerdy brain. It's gonna be awesome.
I love it. You know what? This is I'm trying to tell people. So one time I was sitting in the car with my brother-in-law and I was just chit-chatting with a friend I met on Google+, and we are geeking out. And by the end of it, he goes like, now I get what you do all day. You just blah, blah, blah on the phone all the time about business. And I'm like, dude, this was not business. This was friends.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, this is what Google+ is about. It's like it allows you to talk about the stuff that you're so passionate about with people who are just as passionate about it with you. So you can just talk and like really geek out about this. Where for everybody else, it's like, okay, can you be done already? This is boring. Right? We really need our peers here that we can... Yeah, I don't know.
No, go speak on it, girl. Because it's true. I mean, think about, we probably had this conversation too. I was involved in this mastermind group last year, and it was great. But I mean, I'm getting in the car, I'm driving, I got to put a face on, I got to get pants on, the whole deal. And now, I do have pants on.
I was like, what's on the bottom, Mia?
Where are you going with this? Yeah.
I'm getting this out of the way right now.
What's on the bottom? I didn't get to do what's on the bottom today. I was bummed out. Yeah, shorts. But I mean, there's so much quicker. I get so much more done. I can ping Chef like that. I can ping you a quick idea, talk about it. I mean, you ask about things that happen on Hangout. Chef and I and Nazim came up with the Food and Booze show one day. Literally, because Nazim was like Susan Salin was going to see him in Italy, and he was saying they were going to cook, and I was like, man, we just need a show where all we do is go places and we eat and drink, and that's it. And that was on a Hangout.
I mean, the fact that you guys pulled it off is like so impressive.
Well, it was Food and Booze. It wasn't tough, right? You're like,
it's not food and booze. No. And actually, the original name was Eat, Pray, Drunk.
Eat, Pray, Drunk, yeah. It really was. I was like, how about we have a show? And I probably had one or two in me because it was later at night. And I was like, how about a show called Eat, Pray, Drunk? How awesome would that be? And then, I was like, no, really, we're going to do a show called Eat, Pray, Drunk.
How about a show named Eat, Pray, Drunk? Mia sounds like an old man.
I just turned into an old man. I did. An old New Yorker.
I would like to have some booze with you.
But that really was how it came together. And then
who wants some flapjacks afterwards?
Oh.
You would think I was never involved in this marketing game thing, right?
But you guys actually went to bars and restaurants and started hangouts from there and got them to keep giving you food.
We do.
Yeah. Amazing.
Exactly. But you know what's funny though, Ifat? It's I mean, talk about being impassioned with stuff, and I know you do the same thing. You're only doing stuff that you know you're going to have fun with, right? You're having fun. You know it's easy for you to talk about. It's not going to be a chore to pull things out of people. And it was the same thing. I mean, you tell people, Sheffy, how many times have we told people like, yeah, it's called Food and Booze, and we just show you cool food and booze, and people are like, that's the best thing ever. I mean, I've not had one person say, I think that kind of sucks. And the restaurants haven't either.
So let's just show people how easy it is. When you think that something is so easy to do, how easy it is to do it. You walk into a restaurant and you say, hey guys, you guys gonna give us food. We're gonna sit here and just show the world on the internet that we are eating at your place, and you're just gonna be happy about that.
You know what it is? Because first of all, they're like, I know that bitch can't eat that much. And then I start going to town, and they're like, what's with the hollow leg on you? Like, they literally are frightened by the amount of food I can consume. Not that much booze, but food. And then they're kind of regretting it afterwards.
Here's another Mia tip. If no one in the audience knows, and for you, Andy, if you've never hung with Mia at all, when she eats on a hangout, she's usually eating and she does the Bob grunt, because I guess her cat does a grunt when he eats, and so you can give her like Chipotle or something like that. She'll be like, yeah.
I do.
So good.
That is known on the show is how long is it going to take before my happy food dance comes out?
Yeah.
Because I like food that much. I just kind of
So when she calls me when I'm at work or something like that at night, and I'll be eating, something, I'll be eating a salad or something like that, she'll be talking, and I'll just start going, and it doesn't faze her. She just stays straight on the course with the conversation because she's used to it.
That's my comfort
Mia
level
being called out. Mia called out. Hashtag Mia called out.
Hashtag dog shaming for my eating.
Oh, no, I'm not even dog shaming. I'm actually praising you for it. I think it's hilarious.
It's true, though. There's such a comfort level. Sheffy's seen it, too, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know what, Mia? The next time I go to Denver, we should do a dog shaming picture where you're eating nachos and there's a sign next to you and you're like this. And it says something. It says, I love my food way too much.
I grunted 5 times during this meal.
Sorry, inside jokes. Inside jokes. Sorry.
Have you seen dog shaming, Ifat?
Mm-mm.
Oh, we have to put there's this whole website dedicated to people who have taken photos of their dogs. Either they've gotten into the garbage or they've torn something up, and they put a little sign next to them, and it says, "I ate my sister's poop," and or like I ate my owner's underwear or something, and it's usually the dog that's just like sitting like this, and it's hilarious. Dog shaming is one of the best things ever.
And yeah, you can spend hours on that site.
Yes, you really could. So he's always say dog shaming for that. Woo, we're cracking ourselves up.
I know, only us. We're really cracking ourselves up.
Comments. If you want to bring them on, they're really good comments actually happening.
I wish I could put up your comment that you have in the sidebar here. Though.
I was going to mention that, but I figured I better not.
No, that's our private funny.
This is usually the direct. This is how it goes.
That's right.
Yeah. Every Mongrain was saying "Eat, Pray, Drunk." She would totally watch it. She'd probably watch E5 show.
I love Cherie. She's
Hi, Cherie.
And, Candy's in the house. We're going to be doing a show with Candy hopefully soon.
We are.
Yeah, she's going to take us to a restaurant. And here we have a nice long one from G. Warner. Says Ifat rocks. No business venture collaborations yet, but the HOA medium is such an awesome platform for making people in business reachable and approachable by the masses. Case in point is the serendipity of a positive connection because you made an insightful comment to one of their videos or songs. Excellent.
Well said.
You know what's interesting about both of what you're saying, kind of switching gears to a serious note, which is possible with me, is that when I was at Podcast Movement in Dallas this last weekend, it was amazing how many people did not see this platform as a viable means of communication for business. And there was one particular hangout that I was in. He's a guy on Google+. I'll have to find him for everyone. But you're talking about a guy who uses Hangouts for the same purpose that you're using it, Chef, the same purpose you're using it, Mia, Nifat, Andy, and yet the guy gets I think something like 10,000 views per episode that he creates.
Really?
And I think that blew a lot of people's mind because, you know, he's producing a live show and he's creating it and making it into a podcast. So as I went out into the crowd and I had my own little networking sessions, you know, people say, you know, they always ask you, I used to think it was a condescending comment or a question. They'd be like, so what do you do? But they're actually genuinely interested in knowing what you do because they're looking for some way and how you can help them. And when they ask me, so what do you do? So I told them, you know, give my elevator speech.
Oh.
When I told them all about Hangout, I really wish I could have like had Ronnie Bincer folded up in my pocket and then just like said, here you go. Here's the guy. You know, here's what you need to know about Hangouts. But
like Flat
you know,
Stanley, but it's Ronnie Bincer.
Yeah, whipped it out. And they were just like kind of like, wow, this is amazing. You know, I didn't realize you could utilize Hangouts and do this for your podcast and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And now we're starting to see a lot of people use Hangouts for that purpose and transferring the audio from their Hangouts into a podcast. And there's still a big audience out there of people who have no clue that you can do what we do here on Google+. They just say, it's just another social network and I don't want to be on that network and I don't want to socialize. It's just kind of like, you know, well, here, let me give you my card and we can figure out how to help each other. So I think it's one of those things where we look at and we think of Google+, those who are in the community, we think Google+ is a very valuable tool, but there's still a very Facebook world out there who just want to be on their phone and just be on the Facebook and just do that. And you know what? Fine, they could be on Facebook, but if they are a content creator trying to grab more of a reach, then I think they should start considering Google+. Because remember, let's think about it. Back in April, when Vic had quit Google, Google was supposed to shut down. Remember?
Right.
Google's supposed to shut down still. I'm waiting for that day to happen. Yet there was an update probably on Wednesday for Google+, right? So
Well,
remember,
no,
we're still shutting down.
There's two misconceptions there. Right, there's two misconceptions about Google+. One, that it's a social network, that Google actually was trying to compete with Facebook and Twitter. And we all know that's not the case. And the other one is everybody understands YouTube and video, but nobody seems to get the baby that happened between Google and YouTube, right, which is Hangouts. Right, so Google+ and YouTube fell in love, had a baby.
I love that. I love that you came up with that.
16 hours of labor.
Nobody actually mentioned Hangouts. One person did. Right, but if you think about the entire integration between YouTube and Google and everything with the Hangouts, the circles and how you can follow your subscribers, video subscribers, and give them more content and move them to your mailing list and create a mailing list with all with all the Google+ circles. Why are we missing that part? You know?
Look at this comment. G+ is something I'm trying to help my clients understand. I love it, but it's like trying to get them to eat veggies. Maybe I should come up with a sexy smoothie and serve them that instead. What do you guys think? I think Crystal could probably come up with a sexy smoothie for us on that one.
You know, and a lot of it, I mean, what Yvonne says is that, you know, it's not like necessarily a social. You can treat it, I think. I mean, I'm of a different opinion. I think you can treat it as a social network, and
no, it can, but it's not. It's not the purpose.
It means to build a community, and I think I just looked at Google Plus when I've been on here, and I get in, and I have my days where my bandwidth is a lot lower than like say this week. I can go in and I can start commenting, and I can start getting in communities, and then usually, I start seeing that spike of people be like, oh, hey, Shannon, you're back. And it's like, yeah, I've been busy doing whatever. And it's not a network where people are just like, oh, well, he's gone and he's just forgotten the network. Well, I'll tell you the exact same things happens to me on Facebook. And, my Twitter, geez, it's like a ghost town over there as far as my engagement is. I remember when my Twitter used to be exploding. That was when people actually had conversations on Twitter. Just FYI, Twitter was a platform where there was conversation. And I use it as a community builder. I mean, I just build community. Cherie is a great example. Cherie met me on a Hangout webinar that I had about 3 weeks ago. And that's how I met Cherie. And she had been using Hangout. She has been on Google+. She has been participating. And she loves the platform. And she thinks the platform is viable. So I think that's great that we get to see it growing, maybe growing slowly, but it's it's just, I think, like anything else, it's cultivating, it's building, and over time you're going to start seeing more and more people hear the value behind the SEO and the value of repurposing with Hangouts. So those are my two thoughts.
I'm going to say something about like the SEO side of things, because I find a lot of people in the UK when they look at Google Plus or even Hangouts for the first time, they think, oh, I just use Google Plus for the SEO purposes, and they come on, they link bomb, they really don't give enough value to what Google Plus is all about, and this relationships, what we're talking about today, like really connecting with people, engaging with people, because that's where we will start to create more value with each and every individual we connect with each and every day. But
you know,
like
here's
you,
the
Andy.
thing, right? So if you look at Google Plus like a reputation platform, right, the same way that you build your offline reputation, you have to do that on Google now. And this is Google's way of just removing the spam from search results, right? We cannot black hat anymore. We cannot just throw links out there. We really have to spend time, build a relationship, and building that engagement. And the social signals are so important because that is basically the way to remove all the spam and let Google know who everybody thinks that is the author, right? Is the authority. So the fact that you can't skim it anymore, it doesn't happen overnight. I think this is where the heartache happens, because we're so used to like 5 tricks to get you ranked to Google Plus in overnight. One way to make you $1 million in wake up tomorrow reach.
Wait a second, what? I heard $1 million.
it's all about the long-term game, isn't it? Bringing it back to Google Plus, a good day Google Plus, sex, Google Plus, and rock and roll. You can't jump into bed and expect a baby the first night, And I thought I'd bring it back to
home.
Oh, I do, because it's all about rock and roll.
It's all about the foreplay.
Right. Yeah, it's all about the romance. When I actually, so I think there's two things too. There's that we get into. There's one, the people that don't get Hangouts for business or relationships, and then I've kind of got the flip side too. What we all have that are hosts of the people who don't get Hangouts to attend them or even get.
Is that me or her?
I want to screenshot that. I'm going to try and screenshot that before she comes back. Oh, she disappeared.
Uh-oh. Bob Voss must have knocked the internet out again. It's a shame.
Bob Voss.
We have that.
On Bob Voss.
I'm going to throw up
before Mia comes back. Yeah, I was going to say, before Mia comes back, I want to show a comment.
I don't think I'm supposed to be on the internet today.
There she goes.
There she is.
I think I'm not supposed to be on the internet today, and I'm okay with that. Anyway, I don't know where I dropped off, you guys, but keep going.
Ah! What did you want
Mia,
to drop, Shannon?
You dropped off like this.
I love it when we have that face. I don't know where I dropped off, but I was on a rant, and it was good. But, Shannon.
I want to hear the end of it.
Well, I get two things though. I love it when people are like, I don't know. I literally have gotten people, Shannon, I probably told you this before, that are like, hey, how's your radio show going? And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What? Like, where did you even get a radio show from? I'm very consistent about and I've even started just posting the YouTube links to it, but there's still just like this.
Oh.
Well, I'll just kind of piggyback onto what she said.
Oh,
by the way, there's two of them.
That's the other thing it's doing, you guys. When I lost my internet connection, then it kicks you out of the thing. There you go. Two of me. I've had it.
We're having a good time today.
I'm done.
Well, maybe it's like Mike Alton said, there's an update to Google.
That's the one I wanted to post.
He's already blogged about it. He's blogged
about it 4 times.
2 other ones since then.
I have a whole brand new man crush on Mike Alton, and he has no idea that I do, because when I was in Dallas, Jeff C. was there. And Jeff C. Talked about how he talks with Mike Alton pretty much every day. And I was like, no way, you talk with Mike Alton? He was like, oh, yeah, I talked to Mike Alton. I was like, no way! I mean, Mike Alton's like super celeb for me. Fanboy moment.
Boy crush.
Boy crush, fanboy moment. Mike Alton fanboy moment. Blog about that. What?
You'll do the hey Mike Alton, hey Mike Alton, hey Mike Alton. Just say his name over and over again.
Yeah. Hey, Mike Alton. Hey, Mike Alton. He's the new Amy.
He's your new Amy Porterfield.
Amy Porterfield.
Okay, so
Sorry.
that's a movie reference for us. What's the movie?
That was Grosse Point Blank.
Grosse Point Blank, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, there's a part where Jeremy Piven is they're at the reunion dance, and Jeremy Piven is with John Cusack. And there's a girl that walks up from their graduating class, and she recognizes the John Cusack character. She's like, Martin, how are you? It's so great to see you. And he's like, oh, yeah, great to see you, too. And then in the background, you have Jeremy Piven going, hey, Jenny Slater.
Hey, Jenny Slater.
Hey, Jenny Slater.
Hey, Jenny Slater.
Hey, Jenny Slater. Hey, Jenny Slater. And then she's like, what? What do you want? He was like, and then he says his name. He's like, I took 3 classes with you. And she's like, don't remember.
It's the best thing. Hey, Mike Alton. Hey, Mike Alton.
Hey, Mike Alton. Hey, Mike Alton. Sorry to get off track.
Here's another comment from Crystal. And she followed Ifat's advice and became an instant overnight G+ success in 90 days and counting.
And she is, Crystal.
She is. Fist bump on girlfriend.
Talk about testimonial.
Yeah. But, I mean, let's face it. Yeah, you do the combination of what you're doing and then add Crystal. It's a pretty good combo plate.
Yeah, Crystal's amazing. She actually really got the engagement part of it, and amazingly how she just built an entire business from Google Plus engagement. So, love seeing women out there doing it.
I know. Sista's doing it for themselves. I think that's a song.
And I think, by the way, Mike Alton
definitely a movie.
Mike Alton just commented in the comment stream, and I think he said hey, but I think he went hey.
Hey girl. I need to see if Mike's pinging me separately too. Like, stop talking about me.
Poor Mike.
Oh, we love him. I love how Mike pings me separately.
Poor Andy, though. I feel.
Yeah, poor Andy. He's in this storm of.
I know Andy's like, I just want to go get like some nachos right now.
Well, I brought my cider on tonight, because I thought it would be suitable for the show.
Hopefully, yeah. I was gonna say, hopefully you're drinking. It's 5 o'clock somewhere in your world, right?
Yeah, it's almost 7 here, so I think I need another one.
Oh, there you go. Not just one, another one.
Oh, no way! I love it.
Wait, here's what goes with that.
If his picture can come up anytime soon, I'll be happy. There he is!
Hey, Mike Alton. Hey, Mike Alton.
Hey, Mike Alton. Hey, Mike Alton. Hey, Mike Alton.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, my goodness.
And people say Hangouts are just for fun. What?
Yeah.
Right. This is all.
Yeah, this is all, very stuffy, very stodgy. Brother Mike!
Where else can you talk about a person behind their back and then straight to their face?
Good point.
I'm all excited that Mike Alton's here, although Hangouts is acting strange and I cannot actually see any of you.
Oh, man, that's a burn.
Just click on the... on
I think Mike Alton wants me to... It doesn't want me to be with Mike Alton.
Are you getting C blocked from Mike Alton?
I totally am. I'm getting H blocked, Hangout blocked.
Hangout blocked.
HOA blocked.
Oh, no. So, Mike,
goodness.
Mike, can you say anything? Are you there?
Better than a jock block. That's a Will and Grace reference.
I have heard that one before. Oh, Mike, I like how you pinged me on messages. You're like, yeah, we can still hear you on the shitstorm thing. I'm like, I know. I'm keeping that in there.
That was great. That was great. And you guys are fantastic. This has been fun just sitting back and watch. Now I'm like in the spotlight and I have to say something catty. I don't know.
You got to come up with something.
He's got to say something catty? Oh, my God. Mike, I was just singing your praises. Now you're going to get catty with me?
Wait till he writes a blog post about you. He's doing it right now, actually. He's literally writing one about you right now.
Hey, so can we talk a little bit, since Mike is here, and we got social media in the house, in the green room, we were talking about bullying and how reputation is being transferred across the internet now. And how is it that you cannot mess with someone without everybody knowing it, even though they have not, you know, it might have not been publicly in press releases and stuff like that, but the network will know. And we said if you're a horrible person, then everybody will know. And if you're an awesome person, then everybody will know. So, Mike, from a social media point of view, give me your 2 cents about that. On the
Well,
spot.
I like that.
On the spot.
That's definitely true to an extent, because social has allowed so many people to network with each other, you know, obviously across boundaries, across time zones, and we talk, you know, so, you know, if you're rude to Mia, she's going to mention something to me, and so on, and that's going to spread, and that's going to haunt you.
Yeah, that's that section called I'm Telling, by the way. We do have a group that literally, part of it is like called Bad Behavior - I'm Telling, because ain't nobody got time for that.
But what I love about this is that I can no longer just write something really horrible about Mia, right? Without everybody in my network going like, I know Mia.
Oh, I
That's
do.
probably not true, right? And then, you know,
Right.
like I just cannot bash anyone anymore without having real people knowing the real story behind what used to be just like, you know, smearing your name over the internet. Now it's like, even if someone smears your name, you know, you'll have the community coming in and saying like, that's BS. I know the person personally, you know,
That's
this
right.
is not there.
It used to, you're right, Ifat, because it used to be this one way, just like on a newspaper, printed on the first page, retraction on page 56, right?
Right.
Now it's more like there's an instant way. And I think what's great about it, too, is a lot of times you don't even have to say anything, because if it's so visual and out there, people are going to kind of jump in and like, you are so full of it, and really fix it right then.
Yep. Which is, again, goes back to the overnight success on Google+. If you want to be an overnight guru, you can't be an overnight guru without real people saying, yeah, he's the real guru. You cannot fake your guru-ness anymore, which I love.
Yeah.
Wait, you can't do that anymore? That's news to me.
It has not climbed up all the way.
Hang on, gotta write a note.
Note to self.
Note to self.
Come down from the podium, Shannon. Join us.
I think the only person that's really laughing because she totally knows me.
It's
poor
true.
audience. I feel bad for you, the Google Plus audience. You have to be subjected to my short quips.
He's quippy. Listen, he's a radio guy. What do you want from him?
Hey,
Let's
what's going
not talk about your short quips. We said that'd be our secret.
on? Speaking of quips.
Speaking of outing yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Has anybody had troll problems lately? We did have we had a couple crazy trolls have and Ifat, I pinged you on that the other day. How's everybody doing on trolls lately?
No problem.
How's everybody doing on your troll?
How's your troll count?
Controlling the troll.
Because I reel with a fist of death, just so you know, but I don't know how everybody else handles it.
Well, if you're Mike Alton, you just write a blog about it, and then it's over. I'm teasing, Mike. I don't even know you, but I just love the fact that you're big onto the blogging.
You just heard me say 50 million times my favorite line. Mike Alton's blogging about it. But Mike, you're so chill. Do you get people that get up in your peanut butter, so to speak?
Well,
Your peanut butter.
That's a Greg Boysaw-ism, by the way. What are you doing up in my peanut butter? And I'm like, what?
Cherry popping peanut butter conversation. What?
Exactly. I've never seen anybody give you a hard time, Mike.
well, partly that's because of the topics that I write about.
True.
The 80% of my content is just instructional, how-to kind of stuff. I mean, just today, I wrote about how to cancel a Hootsuite premium app if you subscribe to one, because it wasn't well documented, and I had to go through 13 hurdles to figure it out. So I wrote about it.
Right.
There's not much to get all up in that kind of a post.
Who's going to be a D-bag about that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then whenever Mike Alton writes the super helpful post and someone tries to do something before, he puts it up, he posts it, and then he goes, "What? What? Come at me, bro.
I'd love to see that.
Kevin Burns. Yes, I guru. What? So am I saying guru wrong?
No.
Is it one of my beaches sentences?
And your sheets.
And my sheets. Can I have a guru between my sheets on the beach?
Where are we going? To the guru bitch.
Sheets. Sheets.
It's too funny.
I think it sounds.
That's a new hashtag, and I have a guru between my sheets.
On the beach.
On the beach.
With my beaches.
My beaches.
Oh my God, you guys are.
There was a movie called Moon Over Parador, and they kept talking. The dictator was always talking about my pimples. My pimples. Let me talk to my pimples.
Who is that with? A little
That was
guy in
Richard
Jaws.
Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Gotta love it. We had a nice comment here from Alexandra. He goes, on the flip side of that, what is the only person who doesn't get along with someone really popular in social? If you're too scared to say something, aren't you suffering from groupthink? In other words, are we creating a world of tiptoeing?
Well, then just don't follow them if you don't like them.
Yeah, I think that's the great thing about the internet is that you have a choice. You have a choice. You know, you can either comment and follow and participate, or you can sit back and observe. I mean, I think that's the great thing about the internet. You know, that's what my Twitter feed is all about. I just sit there and passively look at it, but I don't actually participate. But on Google Plus, I'm engaging.
Actually, we talked about that stuff, right? When people are coming, so people choose to follow you, and then they come to your stream, and then they tell you, how dare you write that stuff on your stream?
That's what happened.
Follow me.
Yeah, they got. I call that aggro badger. They got all aggro badgering on me. I'm like, then don't look at my page. Go away.
You won't see me if you're not following me, so why are you here?
Are you referring to honey badger?
Yes, but it's a new version. It's aggro badger.
Aggro badger.
It's like a hopped up version of honey badger.
Poor Chef, he's like, why did I invite these people onto my Hangout today?
I did.
No, it's a good show when I don't have to speak. I'm just sitting here listening.
But you know what? Actually, this is one of the things that is awesome about Google+. If you're on Facebook, people can just write whatever they want on your walls, whereas in Google+, you have your own experience. So you can really choose who you want to read, who you want to be participating with. And Alex, just surround yourself with people that don't make you rethink what you want to say.
Perfect. I agree.
Right?
I agree.
If you want to do F-bombs, just follow me up.
I actually don't. Isn't that funny?
Boy.
Hashtag.
Hashtag F-bomb.
Hashtag WTAF.
And you know what's funny about that is that people who want to sit back and troll, and if they follow you and they're like, oh, I hate your stream or your feed or whatever, I find it very interesting because when I did that Hangout with Cherie a few weeks back, I encourage people to leave me reviews on that website where I hold that, on that platform where I hold those Hangouts. And some guy went on the review page and he said, for a guy who was a former English teacher and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, your presentation was horrible, you share out, market this, I don't understand. And I thought, wow, who is this troll guy? Because he didn't have an avatar next to himself. And I thought, who is this? Well, pretty soon I learned that it was a guy who was probably, no offense, Chef, but it was a guy who was of senior age, and he had no idea. I know, I try not to offend Chef, but he went off and he started trolling on this review site, and so then, he's not clearly smart enough to know that, like, well, hey, anything you put on the internet is there, and I could go, stalk you out and find out who you were. Well, I found out that I found his Facebook page, and I was about ready to blast him on Facebook, but I thought, well, that's bad, that'd be bad. But secondly, I found that he was on other sites, and he was trolling other people's reviews, and then I got an email from the person who ran that site, said, this is what he does, he won't get off my site, I can't get him off, he just goes and he trolls no matter what. So if I were to combat anyone who's like there's some type of internet bullying, I think the best bullying is just to ignore, because I could promise you this: I was writing an email to him of Mike Alton's proportion sizes, and I deleted it, and I said, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm just going to ignore him. I don't care if the review is bad.
Can you not
People who
remove him
were
from your
in
site? Why can you not remove him from your site?
what's that?
Why can you not remove him from your site? Oh.
Yeah, so I can't do anything about that. But I'm not gonna harp about it, because, like I said, Cherie was in that hangout, and Cherie clearly got something out of it, and so did a couple of other people that got something out of it. So I wasn't terribly worried.
That's a tough choice to make. Like
Yeah.
to ignore it. Ooh,
Yeah.
where's that echo coming from?
I don't hear it. I think it's you.
Oh, good. It's in my head.
But you know what? There's a good side for trolling. And the good side for trolling is that it unites the community against one's person. So sometimes just having like a harmless troll is a good thing for everybody to feel connected and belonging, and just have a bunch of positive vibes fused into your blog. So trolls, if you're harmless, come on, bring it on.
What? Bring it. What?
Yeah, do that. That's called 2 for flinching.
Yeah, 2 for flinching. Come at me, bro.
Krav Maga on you.
I will cut you.
That's it. Just go all Mike Tyson on them and bite off their ear. All right.
Actually, Mike Elgin did that. He brought it on. He had like 3 million followers. How many followers he has? And he's like, I want to see someone trying to troll my my stream. I dare you, double dare you, because if anyone on Google Plus tries to do that, you block and you ignore, and they're gone. So there's not really a way for trolls to really exist on your own stream.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult. I do the same thing every time I post about Israel. Out of nowhere, all those haters coming.
Crazy pants.
All of them. And I was like, I have no problem with different of opinions. We can discuss. But if you are like a Nazi hater, off my
And that's when you say beach, and you say this time I mean it. So,
I'm going to beach gore you.
With some sheets.
With some
look at Mike Alton, he's like shaking his head as though he's like, oh my god.
He's happy he came on.
I'm great. Your Google Plus stream is like your TV broadcast or your radio broadcast. It's yours. It's your opportunity to communicate, and other people don't have a right necessarily to get involved in that. They can comment, and they can fight, and they can be constructive, and they can have discussions, but there's a line, and if they cross it, that's not cool. And it's up to you as the owner of your broadcasting stream where that line is.
Yeah, to set the boundaries, I agree. Because I had 2 types of trolls. I had sort of the harmless one last week who got onto a post and started kind of getting into this like political thing on something I posted about Denver, and I was like, dude, stop. I don't care. Like, this was a happy post, and you just jacked it up. And he was kind of like, well, I'm entitled to my opinion. I'm like, no, you're not. Not on my page.
You know what? And it's really interesting. People forget that all that stuff, like every post on Google is basically a page on the internet that can be found in search, and that's going to be connected to your name if anyone finds it. So, yeah, it is our responsibility as post-production producers to make sure that we don't have that stuff connected to us. Block away, guys. Block away.
You can't tell me any of you guys have not gotten a troll and be like, who is this mofo? And you go, all right, I'm going to start from the About page, and I'm going to move backwards, and I'm going to find him. And then pretty soon you find him on some like World of Warcraft forum where he's doing the same stuff.
Yeah, that just happened on Sunday. That was the crazy troll, the one I reported to all you guys. And he was cray-cray in a bottle.
Cray with the bottle.
Bottled cray-cray.
On that note, we are hitting the 1 hour mark, and I'm going to have to say goodbye to everyone. But real quick, before we do that, since we don't have a Backcrap Crazy list, we're just going to ask you what you're doing, what's coming up, anything like that, or anything you'd like to tell us before we sign off for the day. So, Ifat, anything we should be looking for?
anyone wanting, I'm looking for 6 people who want to start from 0 to hero in 6 months with personal coaching from me, learning everything about producing a show and building an audience. If you're interested, this is the short view. Let me know.
Sounds good.
Yep.
And Shannon, anything new coming up for you? Anything you'd like to share with us?
You know, I am actually, I am kind of backing away from the Shannon J. Hernandez brand. Not entirely, but I am heavily focused right now with Hernandez Family Law and a whole new side project that is going to be kind of another layer to Hernandez Family Law. So still going to be teaching Google+, email marketing, and podcasting, but you probably will see more from me working with Hernandez Family Law as I really try to put all of my eggs in that, not all of my eggs in that basket, but really focusing a lot of attention on that website for a number of positive reasons, because it all plays into the layer that I'm building out right now.
Sounds good.
And it will be EFOT Cohen channel. I just won't have EFOT's face on it.
Mike Alton, thanks so much for joining us, for jumping in when I pinged you. But anything you got going on you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. This has been great. I'm working with all of our mutual friend Jeff C. on a blogging course that'll hopefully come out this fall. And other than that, just having fun and really enjoying the relationships that we've got going on here.
Pretty cool. Thanks for coming.
And Mike Alton, Jeff C. has a man crush on you. FYI.
It's not just you.
Not just, no, it's more rampant than we might think. And Sister Thelma, what have we got coming up? Aside anything interesting and fun?
I think all of us should just say, working on our plan for world domination.
World domination.
Because you guys all are in your own little way. Everybody's got their little domination. I have EFOT coming up next week. You and I are going to be doing a lot of shows, and then I have subscribe at themiaconnect.com. Boom.
Boom.
Boop.
Boom. Andy, how you doing, buddy? What do we got coming up from you? And I think you're muted.
Okay, yeah, I'm muted myself because I had a problem with my mic, and hopefully that you don't have any interference from my mic now. But
sounds good.
Yep, you can still hear me, right?
Yep, we can hear you.
So I've got a show coming up soon, the second series of the Hangout Formula, and I'm looking for people who want to be a guest on the show, because I wanted to ask people in the audience who you love as show producers. So if you know anybody you'd love to have on the show, to find out where they started with their Hangouts to where they are today, along the way sharing a few different tools, tips and strategies of what it takes to create a great show, then please ping me and let me know who you'd like to appear on the show. And along with that, I've also got the second.
You guys see that?
Hanging by a thread.
Yeah.
Do you see this? Barbara said that the event just ended.
Outside of the home, as well as stuff inside the home as well. So excited about that. That's what I've got coming up soon. Feel free to add me on Google Plus, and look forward to connecting with you. Been a great panel today.
All right. Well, sounds good. And it looks like someone is saying that our show stopped. If it did, let's hope not. But we'll take this time now to say goodbye to everyone. And thank you all for coming. And I hope you're having a good day on Google Plus. And we'll see you all real soon. Take care.